What if the only thing standing between you and your next chapter is the fear of disappointing people? What if reinvention does not require permission? It only requires your courage. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Flight to Fulfillment podcast. I'm your host, Ratika Seth, your life enhancement coach, and the founder of the Freedom Divas Hub. And today's conversation is actually bold, it's liberating, and it's for many women. In fact, it's a conversation which is actually overdue because a lot of women need to hear this today. It's about reinventing your life without apologizing. Because somewhere along the way, we learned to explain ourselves to others. We are always giving explanations. We are always justifying our actions to others. We've always been mentally conditioned to soften our ambition, to justify our own evolution. We've been conditioned like that. We've been conditioned to make others comfortable with our growth. But reinvention is not betrayal. Remember that. Reinvention is not betrayal, it's alignment. And you do not owe the world an apology for becoming your authentic self. So these are the 5 steps to reinvent your life without any apology. Firstly, accept that growth will disrupt expectations. So when you change, obviously people will react, isn't it? Not always because they dislike you or they have something against you. No, but because your evolution disrupts the version of you that they were comfortable with, the version of you they always thought you were. So reinvention challenges old dynamics. And maturity means understanding that their discomfort is not your responsibility. Secondly, release the identity that no longer fits you. You cannot reinvent while clinging on to the old version, the person you used to be. Maybe you were the peacemaker. Maybe you were the overachiever. Maybe you were the self-sacrificer. Maybe you were always the strong one, the quiet one. But reinvention actually asks you, who are you now? So let go of the old identities. Let go of the old version of you. Let go of the identity that were built for survival and not alignment. Thirdly, stop over-explaining your choices. Please. You do not need a PowerPoint presentation for your boundaries. Come on. You don't need, unanimous approval for the person you are, to be the person you are. Sometimes growth sounds like, this is what feels right for me right now. It has to be about you, correct? Full stop, period. The more you justify your evolution, the more you are signaling doubt. Clarity does not shout, it only stands. Fourthly, choose alignment over approval. Approval, it's very, very temporary. Alignment is sustainable. Okay, it's for the long run. When you prioritize being liked over being aligned, you actually shrink yourself. But when you prioritize being aligned, you expand. Okay? You expand even if it's lonely at first. Reinvention requires choosing your future self over all the past comfort. Lastly, build a life that reflects who you are becoming. Reinvention is not a thought, it's action. New habits, new standards, new boundaries, new environments, new circles. You don't reinvent through declarations. You reinvent through daily decisions that you make. And each choice that you make reflects your truth. Because, it's a life that, feels like yours. You're building a life that feels like yours. So, my beautiful soul, reinventing your life does not make you selfish, does not make you bad, does not make you a villain or a vamp. It makes you conscious. You are allowed to outgrow, you are allowed to pivot, you are allowed to want more. You, of course, are allowed to change your mind anytime. And you are absolutely allowed to do it without apologizing to anybody. So if this episode resonated, share this with somebody who needs to hear this today. Like and comment if you really liked it and what you liked about it. And if you're ready to step into your next chapter with more emotional clarity and power, I invite you to join us in our Freedom Divas Hub, which is a community for women to rise into their evolution unapologetically. Until next time, this is me, Ratika Seth, your life enhancement coach, signing off for now, but asking you to subscribe to the Flight to Fulfillment podcast either on YouTube or Substack or Apple or Spotify, wherever you're more comfortable, so that you don't miss out on a single dose of inspiration and motivation coming your way. I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.